year 2024, man. What it do, Chopstix clan? I'm your host, FloMein, and welcome back to the Chopmaster show here on the FloMein Chopstix channel. You dig. 2024, man. Happy New Year's to everyone. Hope y'all had a great holiday. Hope y'all turned up. Hope y'all had fun with your family, friends, or whatnot. Or maybe you stayed by yourself like I did and just worked all the time. That's what I did, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you did the same thing. I don't know, but I just hope y'all had a good holiday. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. And as we is in the new year, 2024, I feel like this is time to reflect on the past year, 2023, and our decisions throughout the whole year, and to see what we've done right, see what we've done wrong, where we could have fixed certain areas, things that we have learned, you know what I'm saying? Like things that we could have done better so we could have a better year, just progress every single year. And I want to take some time, dedicate this whole episode into reflecting 2023. And I ain't gonna lie, 2023 was a good year, man. 2020, I did a lot. I did so much in that year, 2023, bro. It's crazy how much I did, bro. I accomplished a lot of things that year, man, and I'm proud of that. I accomplished a lot, and I set foot to put myself into situations where probably in the past I would have never done that. I would have never taken that challenge or put those burdens on my shoulders, put that thing on my shoulder and just carried myself throughout the whole year. And I'm proud of that. I accomplished a lot. I did a lot, and it's only the beginning. But before we dive into this episode, make sure y'all tap in with the social medias. And you already know I had to plug that shit in, man. Tap in with the social medias, FloMein Chopstix, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You already know what to do, man. Tap in. So yeah, in this video, I just want to talk about three specific things that I learned from 2023, and the three biggest lessons that stuck with me, that stood out in my life, and something that I feel like I should share with y'all, because it's things that like maybe y'all have gone through, maybe y'all are facing these certain similar situations, and y'all want to see if maybe I've went through the same thing, and y'all probably want me to touch upon these things. And I know this is like every man's story. It might be different, but it's also going to be the same, so we're going to have to go through adversity, every man, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. That's just life. And certain things that is going to be similar, we're going to have similar experiences. And I want to share my experience 2023 and the things I learned. So without further ado, let's get to it. The very first thing, number one. The first thing I learned in 2023 was to stand up for yourself and to never, ever, ever tolerate disrespect. Don't tolerate disrespect from literally anyone at all. Don't tolerate it. Don't put up with it. Don't live with it. Because last year, I ain't gonna lie, I put myself into situations, and I use the words put myself into it. I use those specific words because these were based off my own actions. Although someone may have disrespected me, I put myself in those positions to allow someone to disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking accountability in the fact that I put myself into certain situations where I allowed people to disrespect me, to just belittle me and my existence. I put myself in situations where I let people take me for granted. And the reason why I didn't even check it, or the reason why I allowed these things to happen, was because of the lack of self-esteem I had for myself. I had little self-esteem, and I just put up with it because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's what you're just supposed to do. You know, you don't want to like complicate things. You don't want to like ruffle the feathers. You know, you just want to keep shit simple and cute. You just want to keep shit simple. You don't want no problems. You don't want no smoke. But I realized that no one's gonna have your back, bro. No one's gonna have your back under certain situations. Under certain situations, no one's gonna have your back besides you. You're the only person that can have your back at all times. And if you don't have your own back when someone's disrespecting you, when someone's doing something that you don't like, when someone's belittling you, if you don't have your own back, bro, my nigga, you might as well be a fucking rug on the floor. You might as well be a fucking mat on the floor. Because like, what are you at that point? You're not even respected as a human being. Like, what are you really at that point? And like I said, I allowed myself to be in certain situations where someone disrespected me, and I just allowed it to happen. I allowed it to happen. I ain't check it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you're gonna come across situations where like you have no control. You know, someone's gonna probably say some crazy shit to you, and you had no control over it. But like, at the end of the day, it's up to you on how you choose to respond to those certain situations. And I allow myself to be disrespected in certain ways, and I promise myself that I'm gonna learn from those situations. What I have learned from the situations, I'm gonna learn from those situations, and to never repeat history. Never repeat that shit. Never repeat that shit. I had to look at myself in the mirror and like just stare at myself like, bro, what's wrong with you, bro? How are you gonna let certain things happen? How are you just gonna let shit slide, bro, like butter? How are you just gonna let certain things slide on your head, on your top, and not do nothing about it? You have to stand up for yourself. You're the only person that you have. You are the only person that you have at all times. You have to stand up for yourself. Like, you have to, there's no choice, or people will continue to use you and disrespect you and manipulate you, and it's gonna be bad, bro. You're gonna be left down terrible. And that starts with, you can't demand respect from other people if you don't respect yourself. It all starts from self. It all starts from self-respect. You have to respect yourself enough where you appreciate your own company, you appreciate your own self, and you learn to love yourself. And that love, you don't want, like, for example, your Ma Dukes, you know what I'm saying? Someone talks to her crazy, you're gonna step in because that's Dukes right there. You love Dukes. You ain't finna let no one disrespect Dukes. That same love you have for your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, that same love you have for them, you have to have that same love for yourself. And if you have that same love for yourself, if someone try to talk to you crazy, someone try to come at you sideways, you're gonna immediately check that shit, because it's like, how dare you come at me like that? Like, who you think you is? You know what I'm saying? So it all starts from yourself. It all starts from, how you treat yourself, things you say to yourself, the habits you have. So I've had bad habits where, I disrespected myself because I just let the bad habits, take over, and I didn't show myself that care that I was supposed to show myself, because I didn't have that self-control. I didn't have self-control, so I let bad habits, run my life. And that showed in the lack of self-love I had for myself, because I let those habits run free. And that affected my self-respect, the amount of respect I had for myself. And that's going to reflect in the amount of respect that people are going to have for me. So it all comes back down to you. It all comes back to you. So you have to show yourself that level of respect. No matter what, you have to show yourself that respect in order for people to show that respect back to you. And if people are going to disrespect you, regardless, if you show respect to yourself, if people are going to disrespect you, then you just got to, smoke. At that point, it's smoke. Like, what's up? Like, how we finna go about it? You know what I'm saying? So that's one lesson I learned from 2023. And it's like, certain things had to happen. I had to go through certain things in order for me to learn from it. I had to go through that character development arc, you know what I'm saying? And although at the moment it was frustrating because I let certain shit slide, I did certain shit to myself. Like I didn't have that sort of like self-respect. I just let shit slide. I allowed things to happen under my name, but it is what it is. I had to go through those situations in order for me to learn, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm coming out better. The second thing I learned in 2023 was imposter syndrome will appear when you're trying to change. Imposter syndrome will appear when you're in the midst of change. So what that means is, it's pretty self-explanatory. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty self-explanatory. But for me to go, let me go deep in that. Like, let me just go deep, right? Us humans, we have habits. We're very habitual. You know what I'm saying? We're very habitual. We stay in routines that we've been accustomed to, you know what I'm saying? We stick to those routines, and whether that be good habits, whether that be bad habits, whether that be, whatever, we tend to stick to what we know. So when you're trying to change who you are, when you're trying to conduct change into your life, whether that be change your environment, whether that be change your friend group, whether that be change your circumstance, whether that be change your mindset, it could be literally any sort of change. You're not gonna feel like it's not gonna feel right. Like, it's not gonna feel right because it's like, bruh, it's like, why am I doing this? Especially if this is your first time ever doing something. Like, for example, me, right? When I was in school, I was talking to very, 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 very professional people, very, very, prestigious people in my major, people that have been in that field for years and years and probably decades and shit, veterans in that field. I was talking to them and I just felt so out of place, because it's like, but I never spoke to people like this sort of caliber before, and me like shaking hands with them, having conversation with them, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that shit made me nervous, bro. That shit made me nervous. And it was something that I had to get used to, because, like I said, I had that imposter syndrome, like, nah, like, why am I even talking? Like, these guys are above me, you know what I'm saying? These people are above me. I'm just a regular nigga, you know what I'm saying? These are some fucking big ass fucking corporates and like head bosses, CEOs, and some like fucking corporation. What am I doing talking to them? Like, why am I in the same room with these guys? Like, I had that imposter syndrome, and like I said, I had to overcome it by, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, humans were habitual. We're very habitual. We stick to our habits. So I had to make it a habit to be in a room with these guys, so I could feel like, even I'm still not like completely over it. I'm still not completely over it. Like, when I'm in like rooms with like top CEOs and like fucking people in the higher, echelon of the food chain, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to these like fields and like these companies that I'm applying for, I still haven't gotten over it completely, but it's like I'm more comfortable now because I've put myself into more situations where I'm dealing with these type of people, and I understand, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like feel a sense of belonging because, you know what I'm saying, I'm constantly with these guys, you know what I'm saying? It's like you constantly put yourself in the same predicament, you become more familiar with that predicament, you lose that imposter syndrome. You're gonna experience that when you change, when you start to change, when you start to like do something different, when you start to, let's say you have a new habit you want to implement, like you implement a new habit, or you are around new people, new set of people, or like anything, you go to a new school, you're not gonna feel like you belong. You're not gonna feel like, but like, why am I here? What am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? Like, why am I doing this? You're just gonna feel like this is not meant for you. Like, this is not meant for you. Even me recording this podcast, like me starting back up on the podcast now, it feels weird, bro. Like, it feels weird. It's like, bro, like, it feels like, bro, like, why am I even recording this episode right now? Like, should I even be recording this? Like, this shit doesn't even feel natural. Like, this shit don't feel natural because I haven't recorded an episode in so long because I've been in school, right? But I know that the more I do it, the better I'm going to get at it. The more I do it, the more comfortable I'm going to be at doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, imposter syndrome is something that you have to go through and you're going to feel when you implement change. But don't let that imposter syndrome scare you. Don't let it scare you, because that's just all that means is that, bro, you're changing, bro. Like you're literally changing. You are literally changing, bro. You're doing something different. You're going to feel like that. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're not going to feel like you belong. You're not going to feel like, nah, this is not right. Why am I here? Like, why am I doing this? You're going to feel like that, and that's good. You're supposed to feel like that, and you're supposed to embrace it, because that just means you're changing. That just means you're doing something that is outside of your comfort zone. And you have to step outside your comfort zone in order for you to change and grow. Because if you don't step outside your comfort zone, nigga, you're just going to be doing the same thing you've been doing. And guess what that's going to do? Lead you to the same results you've been having. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something I had to like just like be aware of. Like, damn, like why am I in the room with these guys? Or like, damn, like why am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I like fit in with these sort of like this new crowd? How do I fit in? Or like, how do I just do this or that? Like going to like clubs, you know what I'm saying? Going to clubs, and it's like, damn, like everyone is so familiar with each other, and like I'm just a new person. It feels like, bro, why am I here? Like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's part of growth. And like, I experienced that a lot this year, and I'm actually grateful that I experienced that, because that just broadened my field of vision. That just broadened my field of vision and my just my understanding that, yo, like this is something that you have to go through. This is good. Like, you're only gonna overcome it the more you do it. Like, you have to do more of this in order for you to feel like this is natural. This is gonna feel natural. Same way how maybe like you was laying on your bed all day smoking goddamn just on social media. The way that feels natural to you is the same way you going to the gym, you going to these corporate meetings, you talking to, you know, 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners, you doing extracurricular things, you picking up new hobbies, you reading books and shit, bro. The same way that's gonna feel normal. That's gonna be your new norm. So like, just don't feel like, oh, this don't belong for me. This is not for me. This is not meant for me because I feel weird when I'm doing it. Like, you're gonna have to feel weird. You're gonna have to go through that phase of discomfort. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I definitely experienced a lot this year. You know what I'm saying? That's something I definitely experienced a lot. And like, I'm trying to put myself into more situations where I am uncomfortable, but it's like, that's part of the growth. That is part of the growth. That's part of the journey for me to become more of the person that I'm meant to be. You know what I'm saying? the last thing I want to talk about, the last thing I learned from the year 2023. Let me get a sip of water, bro. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not used to doing this shit no more, bro. Like, bro, talking for 20 minutes straight, that shit's a stretch for me now. So I have to get a little water break. Like I said, the last thing that I learned from 2023 is guard your attention with your life. Guard your attention with your life. I never really knew or realized how powerful your attention and focus is. And it's hard for you to be focused nowadays. It's hard for you to really lock in tunnel vision when there's so many distractions. There's so many things that can take, that's trying to pull at your focus, man. And it's like, I forgot where I saw this. I heard this from a podcast. I don't know where it was from. I don't know who said it, but I remember I heard this I think 2 months ago or something. Right? I think it was talking about how to be like a business owner, you know what I'm saying, be an entrepreneur, the amount of focus you need, and how especially as a man, you being focused is like literally like essential for your success. So essential that a man's focus, a man's attention, right, is literally monetized. It's literally monetized, and it's so lucrative that women are monetizing men's attention. And in the sense of porn, adult content, OnlyFans, like literally, I think the porn or adult film industry is probably like the biggest industry on the internet, something like that. I don't know. I think someone said that. I think I seen it from somewhere. If not, it's definitely one of the biggest. Definitely top 3 for sure. And it's all basically from men's attention. It's just a big conglomerate just field of men attention that's just being monetized. It being just capitalized off of. And imagine that same attention being put into your business, that same amount of attention being used in your fitness, in your business, in your academics, in your everyday life, like your skill set, like just trying to be more of that person that you're supposed to be. Your attention is so important, bruh. Like your attention, bro, like there's so many things that's pulling your attention. Like this is why it's all these social media apps, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, they have people, literal psychologists who went to school for like fucking 30 years or something. Niggas that are like know the human mind more than the fucking back of their hand, bro. They know the human mind so well that these companies hire these psychologists to be able to tweak out these apps, the smallest tweaks, just to be able to capture your attention, bro. Just for you to stay on the app for a little bit longer, bro. Like, do you know how crazy that sounds, dog? Do you know how crazy that sounds, man? Being able to just capture your attention for just that much longer, tweaking out these apps, just to be able to tap into the human mind, because they know exactly what they need to show you, when they need to show you, and everything just to capture your attention and monetize it. Your attention is constantly being monetized. It is constantly being monetized in one way or another. Your attention is being monetized. Your attention is being used for someone else's success. Someone else's success, someone's getting rich off your attention, bro. Like, you gotta really think about it like this. Like, really gotta think about it, like, put it in perspective. Like, someone's getting rich off you viewing what they have going on. A man could literally create a multi-million, 7, 8 figure, 9 figure business just if he knows how to channel his attention in the right places. That shit is crazy when I really like thought about it like that. When I really just like put it into perspective, like, bro, like, your attention is everything. Nowadays, we have the attention span of a fucking worm. So, like, we can't be focused on not a single task for no more than like 2 minutes while it's getting distracted by our phones, by, you know, people around, by a notification, by music, by different things. We have so many things that is pulling our attention, that's trying to distract us, that's just like taking us away. That's just like, it's like a tug of war from our attention, bro. And I had to like just block everything. Yeah, I had to delete social media. I don't be on Twitter or Instagram, TikTok. I don't be on none of these social media apps. I don't be on none of them, especially when I was like during the semester. I wasn't really on them like that. I was not on that joint like that at all. And I had to delete that shit, man. I had to like isolate myself from people. Like, I would, as soon as class was over, I'll immediately go home or go to the library where I wouldn't be distracted. It was just things I had to do. I had to go out of my way just to get my own attention, just to like fight for my attention, because everyone wants your attention at all times, bruh. And you got to be able to spot this shit. You got to be able to like see it for what it is, because your attention is so valuable. So valuable. Your attention can literally make you money, enough money to change your family's life forever, to change your children's life, to change your children's life, just because your attention, just because of your focus. If you're able to unlock that flow state, be able to just have that tunnel vision, you can accomplish so many crazy things just if you know how to focus. And that's something that I'm really still working on. Like, I still get so easily distracted. And I just noticed, like, even it'd be like a little, the most subtlest thing. It could be in your subconscious, bro. It probably was something that you saw 2 hours ago on like YouTube or some shit. That shit playing in your subconscious now. You're trying to focus on something. You're trying to read. You're trying to do homework. You're trying to study on your business. You're trying to do some shit. And that shit playing in your subconscious. Because it's like that attention is like they know how to like just grab your attention so well, to the point where even after the fact, your subconscious is still stuck on the thing that grabbed your attention. And it's like, bro, like, your attention is everything. Your attention is everything, dog. It is everything, man. And there's so much that I learned this year. So many different things that I learned this year. So many lessons that I had to go through. So many experiences that I gained. And it's only gonna make me a stronger man. It's only gonna make me stronger. It's only gonna make me better. It's only gonna make me more efficient. The more I realize these things and more I can implement some of these things that I learned, it's only gonna make me better, because life is nothing but a game. Life is nothing but a game that you have to be able to master. And every day I'm trying to master it. I'm trying to like be able to decompile all the shit that's in my mind, desexualize my mind, just be able to focus, be able to just understand what I have and the things I need to do, the steps I need to take to be able to get to where I need to get to. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And it's like, I learned a lot this year. And I know I'm going to continue to make mistakes. I know I'm going to continue to go through situations where I'm tested. I understand that. And I have to just keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing. That's the only thing you can do, for real. You just got to keep it pushing. And I hope y'all are learning from these situations. I hope y'all are, taking some time to yourself to really like just reflect and analyze your life. Just analyze like your situation. Analyze like where you're at mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Being able to like just analyze yourself. Because like you need that sort of self-reflection. You need that sort of self-reflection in order for you to take the most appropriate steps to move forward. And everything, life is just so fast, man. Life is just so fucking fast, man. Things always constantly happening. And it's like, sometimes you just need to slow down. Sometimes slowing down is the best thing you can do. To ironically be able to move faster than everyone else. So yeah, these are the 3 things I learned from 2023. If y'all have anything that y'all learned, anything like, saying that's you feel like is worth sharing, leave it in the comments. Let me know what y'all learned. Let me know, how your year was. Were you proud of this year or last year? Were you proud of last year? If not, why not? I want to know what y'all thinking. You hear me? So I appreciate y'all for tapping into this episode. I appreciate y'all. And we really finna run this shit up 2024. You hear me? Yeah. Chopsticks Clan. Y'all be safe. Gang gang.